Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Tim Owens, and I'm joined by Collins Wetzel.
Hey, guys.
We are here for the Open Coin Door podcast. We're back. We changed the scenery a little bit. We're not in the living room.
You get to see the arcade now.
Yeah.
Well, some of it.
Some of it.
My booth.
The DJ booth.
And where we stream our.
That is. People DJ there too.
Yeah. Once a month. Once a month. It is. It's my booth. It's got my deck in it right now. Anyway, the streaming spot up there where we stream from on Twitch.
Yeah.
So we changed it up a little bit.
Yeah. Sitting up at the bar. It's like,
that's right.
It's like Cheers up in here.
It's like we should. Norm!
That's right. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Okay, here you go.
At the bar. Oh, see? It went off. We're good.
Oh, the screen? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's still recording now.
Okay.
We're good. Everything's good. You never want the recording to stop in the middle of a podcast. But anyway, we're back with another episode. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Stuff that happened last week. We had quite a few things going on.
Yeah, let's go after it.
We had the Women Flipping Out tournament on Thursday.
Yep. We streamed that. That was good.
Streamed that to Twitch. That went really well.
Mm-hmm. There were 28 people
28
this time?
people played, yeah. So that was cool. And it was my first time getting a chance to play. So every time I stream on Twitch, I upload the videos to YouTube after the fact because Twitch will only keep them for like 7 or 14 days and it deletes them. And I like people to be able to go back whenever they want and see it. And YouTube,
so you have to go and upload them?
So I have to go and upload them to YouTube. And I do that. And you were the one who had the suggestion. And it was a lot of work, so I was a little bit hesitant to have to do this. You were like, it would be really cool if you bookmarked. I don't know if your suggestion was to bookmark, but you were like, list all the games that were played, because then when people are searching on YouTube, they would find Attack from Mars, and then if they watched that part, they would find out how to play it, because that's usually how you introduce a game. Is you're like, all right, so on this game, you're going to go for this X, Y, and Z.
Definitely. Every time, and with the new toy that you got with we can like highlight little things and put like 1, 2, 3, 4 on there.
The Telestrator?
Yeah, that was really good. So that was my idea, and I'm glad you did it.
I had started doing that a couple months back, and hit or miss sometimes. It is quite a bit of work, because to timestamp it and bookmark it, you have to find the exact time point. You have to scroll around to find when that game's getting started, and then you have to type that in along with the game and that kind of stuff in there. So it's a little bit of work. It's not too bad. I'm glad I did that, because Match Play, which is the software that we use, if you've ever run pinball tournaments, you know what Match Play is. If you've played in pinball tournaments regularly, you probably know what Match Play is. But for those who don't, Match Play is a tournament management software specifically for pinball. And they added in the ability after the fact to go in on a match-by-match basis and add a video from YouTube. You can just paste in the YouTube URL. If you paste a particular type of URL, it includes the timestamp. And so for the videos that I had already added those bookmarks in, it was right-click, copy, paste those in, and what ends up happening is it shows up in two different ways. One, if you go back to an old tournament, right at the top header part of the tournament, there's a carousel view of all the videos for that tournament, which is cool. But the other cool thing that I think particularly is on your specific profile in Match Play, it will show any videos that you were in. So basically, what games you played, who you played them with, and you click on it, and that video pops up directly timestamped to that particular one, and you can go back and watch it.
How do I know it's you?
Because Match Play knew what games you were playing. So me as the tournament
director,
so me as the tournament director goes back into Match Play. I find the match, and I go, this one I have a video for, and I paste it in, and so it gets attached to those profiles. So not only can you go back and say, I want to see how this game is played or something, but I can look back and go, oh, I loved playing those people. That was a crazy match, I remember, and I'll go back and watch it. So you'll have
it's automatically there because I played the game, so I can just go boom, and it's on there under my profile.
Yeah.
Not the tournament, but me.
I had added some previous tournaments back into it to play around. This feature just got released last week, and it's really cool. But Thursday was my chance right after the stream. Upload it to YouTube. I'm going to bookmark all these things, and then I'm going to go right back into Match Play. So literally the next day, people have all that information. So I think it's really cool. Some people get intimidated by the streaming when the rig is in front of them.
When the rig's on it, on the game.
Some people don't like to be on camera, right? They get camera shy. The rig does kind of disappear when you're playing.
Totally.
But they'll get camera shy. The idea that people on the internet are watching me. However, I always tell them you will 100% appreciate being able to go back after the fact and see how you played, how other people played. You can watch all of our tournaments and see how some of the best. Let's watch how the winners won that game, right? How did they approach that game?
What did they do?
What did they do differently?
Where did they? Right. Yeah.
So
I also don't think very many people at our tournaments are camera shy anymore.
Yeah, probably.
They
not.
literally come up and they're like, "Hey, what's up?"
We've been doing
young to old, everybody. They always wave and they always say hi.
What, 2 years worth of streaming at this point? Probably something
for
like
the women
that.
flipping out, at least. I mean, we did.
Well, we've done tournaments longer, but I didn't have a streaming rig when we started doing tournaments.
Right.
So
it's probably like 2 whole years.
Regularly
2 years.
streaming to Twitch, somewhere around there.
Well, we were streaming before last year's Labor Day,
right?
And that's coming up in a week. And we were pretty dialed in by then.
Yeah.
So you had all the stuff. So it had to have been a while before that. So
right.
2 years.
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. So we have women flipping out on Thursday. Friday, Fascination Street. It's always a good time.
It was a good one.
I'm excited. Yeah, it was. And so I'm excited. We'll be having them every single month here. Next month it'll be on a Saturday instead of a Friday.
Right.
So they're already starting. I saw they'd already put a post on their Instagram to tell people the exciting news. We're going to have it every month, and it's going to alternate. And so they gave examples and all that to really just let people know about it. Which
and that's a DJ.
Good. That's a DJ night.
In my booth.
Yep.
Okay.
Your booth. Another DJ. Your booth that I paid for.
I mean, that part of the other booth is mine. One of those is mine, isn't it?
There's only one booth up there.
No, there's 1, 2. And then this one is the scrim. There's definitely 2 put together.
That's fair. Yeah. So then I guess you're right.
Maybe I'm not counting.
Maybe
you started counting. I just called it mine, and then
it's fine.
It is.
We can call it our booth. How about that? It could be.
I feel like in Adam Sandler, no booth will ever be our booth.
That would be our booth.
What was that? No, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Okay.
No milk will ever be our milk.
Our milk.
No. So they come in and they do. It's all DJ, goth, synth.
And you know what was weird about it? I think we talked about this on the last podcast, or maybe we didn't. I talked to so many people about things going on here. The DJ was really concerned because they tried to have a theme for every single one, and this one they called Guilty Pleasures, and they took a poll asking people to submit ideas for songs that are not darkwave and not really goth adjacent that you enjoy. And they put that playlist together, and that's what he was going to have to play. And he was like, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, Britney Spears is on that playlist. And he was like, what am I supposed to do with
goth
that?
adjacent Britney Spears? Was it
wasn't.
Toxic?
That's what they were asking people is don't make these songs have to be goth songs. What is your guilty pleasure that you enjoy as a goth?
I thought it was guilty pleasures of goth adjacent. Like you wouldn't normally, but like
it went all the way in the other direction. It was like, and so
it was just like a randomized playlist.
Kind of.
Like what I have to do at the gym.
And which okay, fine for a DJ on a normal night, but the theme, it is a goth night. You've got people traveling that maybe didn't know about this whole guilty pleasures thing, and they came to hear The Cure.
They came for that, and they got Britney Spears.
So he was a little nervous about it. He was like, I'm going to knock out some of the way out of pocket ones early on.
Super early.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I heard feedback from several people that they were like, the music tonight is great. The music is so awesome. And so now that feedback, was it from people who came specifically for a goth night? I don't know. So, there might have been some disappointment there from some of those, but I think he probably handled it well. I wasn't here, so I can't speak to it.
When I DJ emo nights, some people come up to me and ask me for something random. I'm like, I can't play that, man. It's emo night. Like I can't do that.
Yeah, right? You don't want to kill the vibe.
I can't.
Right?
I can't. Like the other night, I was in the middle of mixing everything. Mm-hmm. This was not an emo night, and I was doing pretty well. And then they wanted that stupid Wellerman song or whatever it was. And,
right.
But they requested it, so I played it after a while.
It's like a sea shanty or something.
And I mean, I recovered afterwards, but they were the only people that wanted to hear the song.
Right.
So
that's always hard.
How do you,
as a DJ?
Yeah.
You're constantly navigating.
But we didn't really have a theme, so
Sure.
I can understand his hesitancy, like in a theme, and you're looking at these like, that's not what these people are here
building,
for.
And like I said, there's such a cool community that's been building up. The numbers get bigger every time, and people come from DC, from Richmond.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure there to not have them be like, "What the hell was that?"
Right.
And never
Like,
come back.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah. So I had some concerns myself.
Well,
but
he also brought it on himself by having. Like, I guarantee he's not going to do that theme again.
Well, he's not
going to do that.
Yeah, he's a co-organizer with it.
He's going to. So I think he's going to take his co-muscles and say, "We're not doing that one again."
I think that's the trick,
yeah.
right?
Like, we're not. No.
But anyway, I mean, it seems like it went all right.
It was worth a try.
It was worth a try.
We do that every now and then.
Yeah, and then we had an event, and normally I would say most of the events that we talk about on this podcast have been good. Successful. Attended, all the things.
Yeah.
So now you're finally going to get the other side of owning an arcade, is that sometimes you put events out there and they're not always a gamble, but you know,
some of them are gambles.
In large part, I book a band, I don't always know whether or not they're going to bring out a crowd. I book a DJ and I don't know if people will come that night. And sure as hell, we had... This was all right. So you tell me, because this idea for this event came from someone. There was like a karaoke night or something.
Mm-hmm. It came out, or an emo. It was one of my events that I was DJing, and it was going to be somebody's birthday, and they were just like, "Oh, we should have a birthday party here for me." And then somebody else said, "Well, I have a birthday in August or whatever. Why can't I have a birthday too?"
Right.
And it just like a light bulb went off. I said, "Well, why don't we have a birthday party for all of you? Why don't we just have a birthday party?
Yeah.
And we'll celebrate everybody with a birthday, and we'll do it." And then they thought it was a great idea.
And we've been looking for Saturday events. We've been trying to build that up a little bit, just so that we can give people reasons to be in the building after like 8 p.m.
After 8 o'clock on
our
Saturday
Saturdays
night.
tend to be pretty busy at the arcade. Or steady is probably a better term than busy.
Steady, yeah.
It's steady all day long, and then it just goes right off around 8 o'clock. It's like this, for whatever reason, isn't always the town where people go out late. But if you give them a reason to, they will. We talked about our
the Saturday karaoke.
The karaoke one.
That went really well.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that again. Mm-hmm. We're going to bring it back next month. Gosh, are we bringing it back next month? In September?
Yeah, we got to plan it.
We better hurry up. I'm going to run out of...
You're too busy now?
No, I'm not, but we got to plan it.
I know.
So this was one that we planned to have one, and it was kind of a request of people that are here a lot.
Sure.
It was kind of, and the more that
you've told me,
I talked to people, the more people were like, "Oh, yes,
and
yes."
And what's funny about it is we've always been skeptical.
Yeah.
Because
we got burnt on it.
We've gotten burned. I think the biggest challenge with nights like these are, you bring out a DJ, you've got a theme of some kind around it, but it doesn't seem to hit as well as, emo nights do. So that's not 100% true, but that seems to be the only one where there's a community of people that will come out for it. But we've tried country nights.
Okay. We could do, if we could, we can't in this space.
Yeah.
But we could do a country line dance night.
Line dance, 100%. I'm talking about just themed DJ music.
If we did a country night, it would be country and country line dance.
Right.
But we can't. We don't have the room.
Sure.
And I'm talking like you need to have the whole throwdown. You got to have it at and you got to have the ring in the middle with enough room. And we don't have that. We could do that one. I would be super confident, but I'm not even going to try to do it here.
We've had DJ nights that were just DJs, like Marcus DJ'd one time.
Yep.
I think I've DJ'd once
You've
before.
DJ'd. I used to do, remember we used to do like the classic rock one where we did it with the videos.
80s hair band night, basically.
We did Disco Town, where it was disco and funk music.
And they are our worst attended events.
Are.
They just don't hit for whatever reason. But
no matter what we do.
But then you'll always say, man, they're asking me for a night of just dancing. They just want me to play music and dance. And I'm like, but they won't show up.
They don't show up.
So I remember when you came to me with the idea of a birthday party, and I'm like, just DJing music and a party. Are they going to come? He's like, well, they're definitely going to come. And I'm sure.
I did.
And I thought, I was hopeful too, because I was like, the idea of a birthday party for a whole group of people, particularly the summer. So I framed it as the Summer Babies Birthday Bash because I sympathize with this. My birthday's in June.
Yeah, everybody's always traveling.
Yeah.
You don't get the birthday parties during school or during...
Yeah, try to invite your friends from school when they're all on their summer vacations.
Right.
you
Everybody's
don't
going different directions.
You don't get to bring the cupcakes in, to the schoolroom. You don't get any of that stuff. So I sympathize with summer babies in that regard.
You brought the cupcake. Well, you brought the cake.
We got a big cake that we brought in. We came up with a signature cocktail, the birthday cake shot.
Which was really good.
Idea. It was really good.
Really yummy.
Had to get special ingredients for that. Nothing crazy, just some sprinkles and whipped cream. We had the other stuff, but I bought several bottles of the ingredients for that. Ghost town, just
nobody.
I
Zero.
mean, literally
zero people.
Yeah. Even
with some of the group that came that said they were going to come, they came, but they didn't come out to the party. Like there's the arcade side and then there's the music side. They didn't even enter into the music side.
Because there was no party.
There wasn't anybody.
There was no people at that party.
And it's really funny because normally that group is the party.
Right.
Like they come to party, right? So they're like, yeah, we're going to do it. But I think they were kind of going to go play, like kind of hopping around.
Yeah.
And they were here for a little while and then they went to another spot. But the other people that said they were going to show up, none of them showed up.
Yeah.
Whether they were from out of town or karaokeers or from here or whatever it was, none of them.
Right. And this is the other interesting thing about it too. And I always caution myself. So we've talked about the Facebook advertising and stuff that I've been doing. So
this is interesting.
I pretty much now take out an ad every single week for whatever we have going on that week. I choose one thing. It's usually the Friday event because we usually don't have others. But I knew Fascination Street didn't need extra advertising.
They don't need one, right.
And I knew that one did. So I took out an ad for that. We had, I think at last check, somewhere around 220 people marked the event as interested. As a result, most of them...
When you showed me, it was in the 300s.
Well, maybe it was.
It was like 313.
Yeah. There were a couple comments on it. There was a lot of engagement with that ad, and it clearly didn't turn into any visits at all. So Facebook can be a little misleading there. They'll show your stuff to people and people will even get interested, and it's nice when they mark it interested because then Facebook presumably then notifies them, hey, this event that you said you were interested in is coming up. You get reminders for it. You can add it to your calendar or whatever.
I wonder if they'll do it.
But there's some more extra notifications rather than it just scrolling past you.
Yeah. Will they keep Reclaim in their algorithm then?
I wonder.
Because they were interested and then,
Maybe.
Like if you stop on it for too long, it's in your algorithm now.
Yeah.
So if you click on something like that, it should be. So maybe it'll have
all the
effects
ads,
later.
all the ads that I take out are within a 50-mile radius of this place because I know sometimes if you don't look carefully at that, Facebook will want to show it to everybody, and that's way too big a net to cast. If you're doing a physical in-person event, and you're in Arizona, you're like, what the hell am I seeing this for?
Right.
So I definitely make sure it's geolocated. It's age specific, so I don't do anybody under 18.
Yep.
But yeah.
I had 0 interactions on my ad.
Yeah.
I didn't have any.
Yeah.
From my page.
But I thought that was so weird. If I had been looking, and I had been looking at that ad leading up to it, going, well, maybe. It actually in some ways gave me some false hope, even though I've known enough from seeing that to know it is false hope.
That's what I was going to say. Our history said this isn't going to happen.
Right.
And we didn't take anything away from a Friday, which is, I think we agreed, okay, we're not going to take anything away because that would be a killer. That would destroy it.
All in, we didn't lose out a ton. I mean, there's paying the DJ, which you even said, like, don't pay me. And I'm like, no, I'm going to pay you.
I know, it was like 10, and I'm like, come on, man.
But there's, with any event that we'd run, there would be an entertainment cost. Whether it's a band or a DJ or something, you're talking anywhere from $250 for a DJ up to $400 for a band. If EK wasn't available, but if he had been hiring a sound engineer, that's a couple hundred.
That's another one.
He was not, and so I actually stayed with you that night and ran sound and lighting. Fun. So that saved money, and it ended up being our party. It was fun in that sense. Bought a cake, $50. Bought ingredients for the special cocktail that are.
But we can. Okay, the Cool Whip, do you think we'll be able to use them?
Some of those will still get used, but what we ended up doing that was a waste was the bartender batched a set of 24 shots, and that's going down the drain.
We're not going to do that anymore, though.
You know, so and we're not talking super duper expensive, but that's probably about $50 worth of alcohol that will pour down the drain.
Yeah.
So that sucks. So yeah, I mean,
we live and learn, Frank. We hadn't tried anything like that in a couple years, and I knew from experience, like, look, I'm not even going to bring this stuff up.
Yeah.
But when our people are asking, and you know, I mean, there are people, and they're here a lot, and I'm talking to them. I'm like, look, like at the karaoke night, the first Friday karaoke, I announced it a whole bunch of times, and they were like, wait, what day? Like, okay, Dev, I'm putting it in my calendar right now. Like, people were excited about it.
It's tough, right? Yeah.
But then, for whatever reason, it was like, it looked like that.
Is there anything you can think that we could have done differently to draw a crowd? Or that type of event just wasn't it? I think it's just there was no rescuing a birthday party.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I know other places like downtown have Saturday night parties.
Yeah, like Billikens.
Yeah, and they're well attended. Now, they're also right next to the university. Like
Yeah, but UMW's not a party school.
You say that, but the young kids.
I'm sure some.
There are some that, I mean, there were zero.
Right.
So if we had one group of 12 come in, or a group of 5, it would have been awesome.
Which is true, because frankly, we keep talking about like how good the karaoke one was. That was like a slow build that night. Remember, it wasn't like karaoke's where it's like the room was full of people. There were a lot where
I know.
Like the same people were singing, because there was really only, like you said, like 12 to 15 people.
I think there was a group
sitting around,
a group of 12 and a group of 4.
And then more people started to participate.
And then there were more.
So you're right. It doesn't take many for it to be a party, but 0 is definitely not a party. It's not. Yeah. And that's hard too, because.
But I don't know what we could do different.
Even if people come in and then they don't see anyone else, they're going to turn around. They might play some games, but they're going to be like, yeah, no. Like,
well, it's funny because
you got to get over that hump.
When emo night happens, and it's a little bit, and then there's like a lot of people sitting at the tables. Like, this is what happened last time.
Yeah.
A lot of people were sitting at the tables, and there was a group of dudes, like 5 or 6 of them or whatever, and they walked by me, and I was like, whoa, where are you guys going? And they're like, oh, we'll be back. And I could see him at the table. Like, one of the guys wanted to like get his guys going, right? Like he was like, come on, and he was singing, and I said, look, when you come back, bring that energy and get out on the dance floor. Like, just stand up there and dance and tell me what song you want, and I'll play it as soon as you get back. And it was instant. As soon as they got up and showed the energy, the table over here got up.
The rest of the crowd gets.
And then there were a couple people at the bar, and the next song came on, and they liked that song, so they went over there. It just takes somebody to start it.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, that's kind of my job as the DJ, is to get somebody to start it.
Have you seen there's a video on the internet that talks about this phenomenon, about like the person that starts exactly what you're talking about.
The person or the mob mentality of it? Because it is a mob mentality.
The infectious nature of
that's what it is.
One person who's willing to dance by themselves, because then somebody else dances with them,
and then somebody else, and then this couple sees them dancing, and they come out and say, "Well, it's an open dance floor."
I'll have to remember. I'll put it in the show notes.
That would be a cool one to watch.
Because it's a really good and inspiring one. Because the inspiring part of the message, I guess, is to be that guy, be the one, or woman, right? Be that person that's willing to start
the person that's out there.
It's gonna like take the risk of being the only one out there in hopes that others will join you.
I don't know if there was anything that we could have done to get somebody to, because we had the right ingredients. We had some of the people that said the idea starters. It was just not meant to be that time.
Right.
It just wasn't. And look, I'm going to toot my own horn, but I was killing it for like the first 2 hours. I was like, man,
it was great.
I was doing mashups and mixes and beats that I said, well, I'm going to try this one, and it would work.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. But it didn't make a difference. You know, even the people that were here that heard it there wasn't that one person. And I don't know.
It was very light in the rest of the arcade too.
How do we get that?
You can attract people from the arcade side over, but when the whole arcade has maybe 15 people max in it, then they're here to play the games. They're going to play the games. They're not necessarily going to come over here.
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't know. It was a bummer.
it's, it is, I take it all in stride. But what it prompted me to do, and this is kind of when I wanted to spend the majority of this podcast, although that kind of goes into it, talking about, is exactly what we're doing. What could we do differently? And so, I was talking with my general manager, and she's like, we need to come up with other ideas for Saturdays. And of course, right on the heels of this, I'm like, I don't want,
No.
It's a lot of work for it not to pan out, a lot of planning, a lot of money, and those kind of things. So I was kind of like, I don't know. And we were throwing out some things, and I was like, how about this? How about that? I don't know. And then she said, you should put out a poll on Facebook and ask everybody what they would come to. And I was like, I don't want to phrase it like that. Like,
it sounded a little
desperate.
desperate.
A little desperation in there to be like, if we were going to put on events, what would they be that you would come out to help us? I don't want to do it that way. But I did like the idea of a blanket. If you love what we're doing, but you think that there are ways that we could do it better, what would those be? So
I have an idea for Saturdays.
Not even about events. I said just in general.
This was just a general, how can we be better?
Yeah, there's always room for improvement. And I've got,
that's what it was.
As I've gotten along in age, I'm getting better about feedback. I was probably like in the early, the age of the arcade, I mean. Like, when this is your baby and you're still building it, you kind of want to tell everyone else to F off, right? Like, you're like, I have a vision, and don't get between me and my vision, and so I didn't really like feedback from people. But at this stage now, I'm like, all right, I've kind of settled into what this thing is, but I want to know if there are things about what this is that you really wish we did differently. Like, that's useful to me. Not that everything is going to be like, oh, okay, let me do that. Okay, let me do that.
I have proof of this, his thinking. I have proof of his mental change. When we were, I think it was on the way to Pinburg or on the way back. It was one of those trips we were taking. You said, I know what you're going to say to this, but I want to ask you anyway. I was like, okay. I said, I'm thinking about putting TVs in the arcade. Maybe putting the football game
Sports.
on or whatever. And I was like, no. But I'm the sports guy.
You're the sports guy, and you said no.
And I said
like,
no.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was because I know the vision. And we've had conversations with other patrons before about that's what they wanted, right? They wanted a pool table, and they wanted a foosball table, and they wanted 18 screens with all the, and you were like, no. And do I want a screen with a baseball game? Yeah. Do I want the football games on? Oh, yeah, I do. But that's not this in your vision. That's not what this is supposed to look like.
But I'm also not perfect.
Well, I was really taken aback by you saying, I think maybe, what's the harm in it? And then we started talking about the different ways to do it.
Turns out the harm is the NFL.
the paying for it.
Incredible licensing fees.
I figured we didn't talk about it anymore, so you found that out the hard way. So, I mean, there might be some ways around that I know of, but
I'm also trying to stay in business.
You don't want to get shut down.
The law, but
it is. But I was your growing mentality, your changing mentality has evolved.
I'm still going to take a skeptic's eye to a lot of things, right? Because everybody's got their own personal interests, and oftentimes, I think they conflict even with other customers, right? Like, one person will come in and go, man, I really wish that you all did more of this type of food. And then another person comes in and goes, don't change a thing about the food. The food's great. I would hate it if you changed to this. And you're like, y'all two should talk to each other.
You guys should. You guys talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Sports is a perfect example. Like you said, I could definitely install a bunch of TVs, and I could swing the money to make that happen, and that probably would bring some people in, maybe even enough to pay for it. And I might think it was a great idea, and then you'd have other people go, that place really went downhill when they turned into a sports bar.
When they turned into a sports bar on Sunday.
That's not why I loved the arcade.
And here's what's going to happen.
I loved the arcade because it wasn't Buffalo Wild Wings, and I could go in and enjoy time with my family without having a bunch of drunk guys drinking PBRs and hooting and hollering at the Red Sox or something.
And that's what would happen.
Not a football team.
In this area. It's not a football team.
But sports I know.
Sports ball. What'll happen in this area is a group of Commanders fans will find out that nobody comes here to watch the games, and you have really good food, and it's a really cool place, and you can sit down at the tables and watch the games. And you're going to get 4 or 5 people, and then they're going to be like, dude, we go here and watch it all the time. And by the end of the season, you're going to have 25 people sitting over there cheering on the Commanders game, no matter what time it's at.
Right.
And those people in the arcade are going to hate it.
They're going to hate them. They're going to hate this.
They're going to hate that because these people
happened.
are over here hollering at the Sunday game, and these people want to play video games and pinball, and it's 2 different worlds.
I think
right?
I think when you talk about the vision, I think that's it. That's what's the guiding purpose of Reclaim Arcade, and it's not to be everything
it
to
isn't
everybody,
to everything.
Right?
Yeah, it isn't even meant to be one thing to everybody. If this isn't your thing,
right,
then it's not your thing. I'm not mad at you at it. Do I want you to come and check it out? Yeah, I tell everybody, you got to go check it out. But you have enough different things. You've got skee ball, you've got old arcade games, you've got the lounge or the living room, you've got pinball. You know what I think we should do on Saturdays? You've said you wanted to do it forever, is video game tournaments.
Yeah.
On the projectors. Saturday nights, do it Saturday night, and that way you're going to get people that can drink. You're not bringing the 14-year-olds.
And I've actually even been
Saturday night,
that, like a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat tournament.
Saturday night, it can turn it into something like the Saturday night tournament or whatever you call, and just make it a thing.
Right.
And you don't have to charge any. Like I'm not getting DJ money for it. You're not getting a light guy to do. I mean, you're turning the projectors on and you're hooking up the consoles. And look, get a new console or get a Xbox.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then do those things. Do a Mario Kart and do whatever other ones they do, a Super Smash Bros or whatever, and just do it on a Saturday night and bring it. But that's in the vision of the arcade, and you've always wanted to do it. We just never knew how or when.
Yeah,
I think we should do that.
There's some technological challenges that I want to overcome.
But that's your wheelhouse.
I know it is.
And you get more toys.
Yeah.
Hence this camera. Come on.
I'd rather
I meant
spend
to tell
money
you
on
earlier.
those toys than birthday cake, to be honest.
I felt bad
you
Saturday.
You should not feel bad about it.
But I did because I knew, but I wanted to try something, and I thought maybe it was time, maybe we can try it. Yeah. Maybe we had enough of a following. Maybe we had enough people. And I was thinking, you're right, what could we do? Yeah. And right away it popped. I forgot to tell you.
I think that's a good one.
I think we can do it.
I'm going to go through some of the other suggestions because this post turned out to be very popular.
I like this idea.
We got
I didn't read them.
We got over 40 comments, maybe even 50 counting Instagram and Facebook, and I've got both.
Wow, we better get started. We don't have much time left. These guys aren't going to hang out with us that long.
I probably won't go through all of them, but I'll go through a couple here. So
can I get another beer while we're starting? While we're doing this?
Oh, you can grab a beer real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm at the bar, so I'm going to grab a tap.
Yeah, the way I just phrased this was I said, we're always trying to improve and want Reclaim to be the best of the best, your escape, your guilty pleasure. I had to use that term, right? Your favorite hangout. The community has done so much to support us over the years, and we'd love to hear from you what you'd like to see in the coming months and years. Our work is never done, and it's a thrill to do it, so let's hear it. What would dial up your experience here and make you a regular? So very open-ended. I didn't ask him about events or what games you want or anything. I just really wanted to say, what is it? And
I was going to say that before you get started. Did you read through all the comments? Did any of them? Did anybody say an event that we could do on a Saturday night?
That's a good question.
And my point is,
there's one that's event adjacent that we've already done that they want more of. So there is that.
My point was they don't like, even if we're pushing it out there to them, if they're not thinking it, why are we trying to feed them something they don't want?
Yeah, most of the ones, and we get into them that talk about events, talk more of specific things that we've already
do.
Yeah,
and I guarantee people want more karaoke. You couldn't do enough karaoke.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'm pretty sure that is one of them. And then pinball tournaments and
we don't need any more of those either.
Homeschool days, and so. But anyway, let's get into it. So
no more of those.
Go. All right. So this first one, somebody was talking about that they felt like the Dig Dug screen needs to be replaced. They had put in a repair request once or twice, but it hadn't been repaired yet.
They used the QR code?
They did.
Nice.
And so they were saying, I haven't been there in quite a while, but that's what I remember. And we talked about this at one point, said also mocktails would be really cool. You could name them after nerdy 80s, 90s nostalgia. I don't do alcohol, but I tend to splurge on unique drinks if given the chance. That's something that we've talked about, and that's something that I've experimented with recently. It didn't go quite well, so I'm rethinking it.
I do mocktails with like when we go on vacation and everybody like I'm drinking a mojito or whatever. The kids are like, I want something to drink. So I'm like, here's some punch and Sprite.
Yeah.
Here, right? Like, and then you do like a little fun thing with it.
Sure.
They love it. Now, ours would be more sophisticated.
We definitely want to come up with something.
That's a great idea.
It takes a certain amount of ingredients. We have some stuff. There's some stuff I'd like to get. Things like getting blue carousel that's syrup instead of the alcoholic version that we use.
I have the syrup one.
If you do the syrup, then you can make a fun blue drink or something like that. And I thought an easy path to this, and I was able to respond to this customer and say, that's definitely been on our radar. I recently, talk about another failure, I had purchased some non-alcoholic spirits from a company called Ritual. I don't want to throw them under the bus, but I guess I am, because your shit sucks. It was so bad. So, sorry. It was not good at all. And I did that as a shortcut thinking, actually I take that back, their tequila is good. Their non-alcoholic tequila is decent. And I made a margarita with it. And I was like, this is like a margarita. I feel like I'm drinking a margarita. So I was like, this would work. And this would be really cool for people who don't drink and want to have cool specialty things, is we could come up with specialty cocktails and just go like, you use the NA rum for this, and you can still have the super rum punch out. But I didn't try the others until a couple days ago, and it's $240 wasted. I bought 8 bottles, 2 of each kind, and all of the other stuff is disgusting. I made a rum punch with the non-alcoholic rum, and it was undrinkable. Not only was it just bad,
it tasted like bourbon,
get the taste out of your mouth afterwards. The gin tastes like floor cleaner. The whiskey,
gin's not good. Whiskey's not good either.
They were not good. So clearly, to do mocktails, we're going to have to get more creative.
Yeah, we're going to have to do other things. Right?
But it gave me a chance to be real with them and go, that's on my radar. We were trying this. We tried this kind and didn't like them, so we're going to come up with our own. So
what about the repair?
So the repair, I swapped the Dig Dug monitor in September of last year. I think this customer hasn't been back since then. So I actually said, I'll definitely check Dig Dug again. I'm not sure when you were last here, but I actually did a full monitor swap on it.
I thought you did.
So I think that's the case. I think they're just remembering it, and they hadn't been here in quite a while.
Or hadn't gone. I mean, if you're coming here and you can remember Dig Dug like that, you're going back to Dig Dug when you come back.
Right.
So
yeah. So, but anyway, so it was a good chance to engage with the customer. And I didn't reply to everybody. I just let some others, just play out here. I wasn't going to use it as a feedback where I have to respond to every single one. But
Killer Instinct. Clean out games played. Okay. So I always. We were just having this conversation.
Speaking of the duality of,
We were just having this conversation last week about adding pinball machines and not having the room and what do we take out.
Right.
Are there arcade games? And this is that one. Are there arcade games that you're in here like, dude, nobody's ever playing that game?
So they want Killer Instinct, and I love that. I love Killer Instinct.
Do we not? We used to have one.
I still have one in storage.
It
was having some issues, so I pulled it and just haven't brought it back, but I would love to bring it back at one point. But it's that thing, like you said, clean out games less played. Well, just because you play them less doesn't mean that other people who came in play them less, right? I had some people upset with me when I took Zaxxon out to put Spy Hunter in. Spy Hunter is universally loved, but there were some people that liked Zaxxon. So exactly, you can't really win with that.
You can't please everybody. But the rotation thing we've talked about before. Rotating them out.
Yeah.
We have an NFL blitz we could put in here.
Yeah, I definitely think we need more, and will get more rotation.
We can go get it.
I thought you said it doesn't work properly after a certain inning.
The third quarter.
Okay.
It's football.
That's true. It doesn't beat the vision.
That's you don't have any sport.
Yeah,
track and field. You have track and field.
A couple of these are game based. Bubble hockey table would be pretty sweet.
Oh, we've talked about checks a lot.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking about
a big ask, Top Gun with the moving seat. I've never even seen that game. He said, I'm sure it's impossible to find and maintain. Yeah, anything where the whole game is moving.
I bet we know somebody that could find one.
Oh, I'm sure.
I know exactly who we're calling.
I'm sure. Right?
I'm going over there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll ask.
Boomerang air hockey table.
No. Listen. Absolutely not. If you walk over there,
so loud.
the skee ball is bad enough.
Skee ball's already
ting, 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 and then the thing's gonna fly off and hit somebody.
Which I think 1 or 2 people said more skee ball.
Absolutely not.
So yeah,
You're gonna need a room for skee ball.
right. We'll put you in your private room.
Its own room.
Yeah. We really look forward to homeschool days once a month. Keep doing those. And I responded to them. We just had our next one booked on September. We're back in the session for those. So those
You know what would be really cool
be
though?
the first Thursday of every
A
month.
Chex hockey would be really cool.
It would be cool. Those take up quite a bit of space.
They are pretty big.
Because they can't have, you're not putting it up against a wall necessarily. It's kind of got to be out in the open.
Yeah, I mean, it's got sticks. It's like a foosball table.
Yeah.
But if you're getting 4 people playing,
I wonder what the maintenance is like on them.
I don't know, but they're not cheap.
No.
They're like,
aren't.
even the old Chex ones are expensive.
Yeah. So.
Coffee! No.
Yeah, somebody asked for coffee. My brother was talking about, my brother's not a drinker, but he was like, man, I just wonder. He was like, if you had like a good coffee program, like if I could get like an iced coffee or something, like that would be super cool.
There have been
my
many.
brother lives in North Carolina, so it's not like he's going to be patronizing our business.
But there have been many regulars that have said that to you. A handful.
A handful.
That have
anyway.
said, you should have coffee.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And it's a maybe. I mean, I was able to make the whole mixed beverage thing work, but it's a lot of moving things around. Oh, sit down.
Oh, come on. Somebody else said it too.
All right. So this person, we just went through a big menu change, and one of the changes was that we got rid of wraps so that we would use more hamburger buns, so the chicken sandwiches instead of wraps. And we found that not a lot of people were buying the wraps, and so we figured that would be an easier way to streamline our ingredients, our process in the kitchen and all that. And so one of the comments was, my biggest thing right now, bring back the wraps and quesadillas. Chicken options work so much better as wraps than sandwiches. Love the food otherwise.
That is a smart person.
Yeah.
I don't know that person, by the way. I have no idea who that is.
But we know somebody else.
Somebody else posted it that I egged on to do it. Mm-hmm. And then I also...
Because you've said that. You like the wraps.
You guys made the best wraps. They were full. They were tasty. And chicken options are better in a wrap.
What if we gave people the option? Like if we just had flour tortillas and we said you can get it as a sandwich or a wrap.
100%.
Yeah, that would make it easy.
And then you don't need to have as many.
I'm still not sold on quesadillas. I don't think that quesadillas match the rest of our menu.
I wouldn't bring the quesadillas
back. That's such a
back.
weird outlier. Although my daughter told me, "Oh yeah, we love the quesadillas." And I'm like, and my daughter.
I think my daughter probably would too.
Yeah.
But she does the loaded fries all the time now.
Maybe if we
as an
have
option,
a kids menu option, we could throw the cheese quesadilla onto the kids thing, and they'd probably be happy with that. And then
if you're going to have flour tortillas, that's the thing about having I know why you got rid of them. Mm-hmm. Because you got rid of an ingredient, you didn't have to train them to make it.
Quesadillas would be about the cheese too, so we'd have to be buying cheese just for quesadillas for one item.
But you can put that cheese in a chicken wrap because it's shredded.
You can.
So you would use the same cheese for the chicken wrap. Because you have quesadillas and wraps, you would have the same cheese for both.
Yeah. So menu requests.
A shooting gallery?
Shooting gallery.
I don't think so.
That's a lot of
Have they been here?
Less skee ball. So we had 2 people say more skee ball, and then our buddy Matt Larson comes in with less skee ball.
Thank you, Matt.
I thought that was great. This is just a funny one. A high-speed rail system between Richmond and Fredericksburg.
Yeah, he loves it here.
This was an interesting one. Better deals for office parties. They guess they had priced one out and felt that it was too expensive for a Christmas office party. They said, we would have done our own food and just wanted a few hours of games one afternoon. The price I was quoted was more per person than if we came and paid regular admission during regular hours, which I would say, of course it was.
Is true, because...
They said, we don't have that kind of budget. Parties like this are pure marketing by bringing people in the door that would never come and check it out otherwise. So...
I want to talk about this one first because their last little part there. This brings people in the door that wouldn't come check it out otherwise. Mm-hmm. We just talked about that. Like, if this is not your cup of tea, this is not your cup of tea. You're not going to come here anyway. If it is, then come and check it out. You don't need an excuse as a party. Right?
Well, she's saying from a marketing perspective.
It is a way to get people
who haven't
here.
Gotten here before.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in it, bring your ass here. Like, that's not, to me, that doesn't float. I understand what she's saying. I understand. But from this side of the business part of it, okay, like, Like, I'm not going to be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not, dude, your price now, it was an off hours party, wasn't it?
It was an off hours
Like it was
party.
a Monday or Tuesday.
And I think that's the problem too, is the comparison. I don't think if you're a small office that you can look at the per person price and break out that you rented an entire arcade for a couple hours that we had to staff and turn the games on and run for you. You said you're going to bring your own food, so you're not going to buy food from me. And
now I have to pay. I got to pay somebody at the door. I got to pay somebody at the bar.
So
I got to pay. You got to have 3 people here to staff, maybe 2 minimum.
Right.
3 probably.
And they might have an office of 12 people. So they're looking at a couple $100, and she's pricing it out per person, and it's not working out. Now,
so get the party room during hours.
Those same off hours parties, that same pricing comes if you have 50 people in the building. And I'll bet you at that point, people look at the per person and go, this is great.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
We try to be very competitive. So I don't know that I will change our off hours party pricing.
No, absolutely not.
I think it's very competitive.
They did it wrong. They did it as an off hours when they could have come in on a Wednesday.
Right.
On a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Had the party room for, what's the party room? $300. Had as many people as they wanted, just for 25 people. Mm-hmm. And right there is less per person than, you know what I mean? Like, so you have to compare apples to apples on that one. Mm-hmm. And then don't try to make me feel bad by like that.
You don't like feedback, do you? You're getting it.
No, I like the rest of them.
I know.
The way that they said the last line there was this is all about marketing. Dude, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't like that.
Fine.
I don't agree with it.
Lupe says tutorial classes for senior citizens like me. That's fun. I like that.
Bring back the pinstructions.
Yeah, it probably could. More skee ball. Yikes. I just had my first visit today and thought it was great. The tall guy working at the bar was very personal and helpful. The food was good. The games were great. I know the idea is to have people up and playing, but I still think the seating near the bar could be more comfortable. I get it's a small space though, so there's only so much you can do. And it was a little warm there this afternoon. I live in Richmond. I'll be back. The warmth is something we're definitely working on.
Well, it's going to go away soon.
There are still a couple HVAC units in this building that don't quite work 100%. Our space is so big that I believe there's either 6 or 8 units on the ceiling. And when we first moved in, they were all old. This is an old building and they were all old.
Yeah.
The landlord has been slowly over time replacing those units.
Yeah. And
I think it's 6 actually. And I think 4 of the 6 are brand new and there's 2 left. And so
limping along.
It's that. We had gotten a suggestion once, not related to this post, about having fans in here to circulate the air, and I think that is a good suggestion.
Yes. Yeah.
Those big fans can cost quite a bit of money, so that'll be quite an investment, but I think it's probably a useful one. Like, have you ever seen they call them the big ass fans?
Big ass fans, yeah. Yeah, the new gym that I was at, they're the size of helicopters. My brother has 2 in his garage. You should talk to him about them. He has 2 of them. And they're like 72 in. They're humongous.
Yeah, they do an amazing job.
Man, they didn't move on air.
Okay,
maybe he needs to tilt the blades a little bit more.
Maybe their marketing does it.
Yeah, there you go.
Seating. This wasn't the only person to mention seating too.
I did see hear about a seating one.
There were other comments about nowhere to sit.
Okay. That's not true.
It's not true. They may not have phrased it like that.
One of them said you need more seating places to sit down.
Yeah, and we did so that we added 3 more tables back in.
And a bar. 8 tables in a bar.
Right.
Right there.
That used to only be
4 tables.
5.
Or 5.
Yeah.
And 2 tables in a bar right there.
Right.
There's 10 tables in 2 bars.
Yeah.
And you can't really sit at this bar.
No.
There's too many people here. I mean, you literally, from end to end, people are here ordering and getting things. So
yeah. So I actually think we fixed that a little.
Could we?
I think we fixed that a little bit just by by adding 3 more tables, and that was very recent. So the person who said more seating maybe hasn't been here since we added 3 more over here, because it used to be we only had 3 low tops near the party room, and those would get filled pretty quickly on a Saturday, and just like it would be very hard to find a place. I've seen people get their food at the bar and then look around and go, am I supposed to do? And that
Right.
sucks, right? Like,
And the outdoor is fine. We need to redo the table out there, but you can't always rely on the outdoor.
No.
It's way too hot or it's raining.
You certainly couldn't have relied on it last week.
Yeah, you
but
can't. I mean,
It's been a very hot summer, so it's like that's only
Right.
really good in the spring and the fall.
In the fall.
and when it's not raining, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's a challenge. You know, this place is a puzzle sometimes of figuring out what will work. And
we have a
little game
lot of
Tetris.
puzzles. We've done that. I have a solution for all of those things.
Yeah.
You're not going to like it.
Build onto the roof.
A bigger space.
Bigger space. A second location.
No, a bigger space, not a second one, just a bigger one.
Yeah.
One bigger one.
Might be right.
We haven't brought it up yet, but
So some of this is just fun. Special pinball tournament for retired people. This person said you could expand and get into home gaming systems like the area of the Atari 800. That could be pretty cool. I had thought at one point it would be really cool to have like the old iMac hooked up in there, or the old, like a really old PC.
Somebody could
that
play
people
Oregon
could-
Trail.
Yeah, like they could really like experience like early computing, which I thought would be really cool. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be. Keep PBR in stock. Do more pinball tournaments.
We only have PBR in stock on April 1st. It's gone on April 3rd.
I've been to Reclaim as a customer. My son got invited to a birthday party, been in the audience for shows, and performed my band several times. Had a great time each time. Other than expanding next door and having even more games, I think adding a legit stage would be great. There's plenty of room. Even if it was only 2 feet higher, it would make it feel more like a real venue. You could put tables and chairs up there for dining during the day, rock and roll at night. It's an interesting idea.
We have a stage.
Well, we had a drum riser at one point.
I stand on it.
We moved it over there, but he's talking about
Putting
a
the
full-on
stage all the way across?
Yeah, basically like a 2-foot riser filling most of that space.
Why not? You put the tables on it. You can use it during the day.
Yeah, I mean,
It's usable. As long as you make it usable space. You can't make it and then be like, well, I can't use this.
yeah. Do people feel weird sitting and eating on a stage? No, you don't feel weird.
If
about
there's especially in here with the limited seating,
right.
if there's a table up there that's open, somebody's
Yeah,
going to go and sit at
That's
it.
true. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I don't hate the idea.
But here's the problem.
I'd have to check with the fire marshal.
Do you want to bring the camera over here? Do you want to bring the camera with us and go on a tour? Because you can't make the stage out that far.
No,
It would only be for it would be a very
Yeah, we don't
skinny-
have a lot of depth to our space.
Right, it would be
it's
very
a lot of width.
basically just the drummer. And if the guitarists want to stay back there.
Yeah.
But the singers, the vocalists won't be on it. There's not going to be enough room.
Right.
So
Yeah. So I don't know. It's
bigger space.
Yeah, right. Bigger space. Adjustable lighting above pinball tables for those that can't see well in the dark. I'd say adjustable because I assume that you want it to be darker. Also, maybe some canned flavored seltzer water. And you and your crew have done a great job. It's a great place to hang out. Lighting is something that I could see wanting to improve further on in the future. The lighting that we have was a very first run crack at it when we first opened.
We've never talked about arcade lighting. We've talked about this
Yeah.
a lot. In fact, you just upgraded the music area lights. You just did that.
Right.
Last
The
week.
concert
We
lighting,
didn't even talk
yeah.
about that. But those are very old.
Yeah, that's
style.
So we had back when this was office space, we had this track lighting with halogen bulbs. And when we were going to open the arcade, I was like, I wonder if I just got the same type of bulb, but got one of those ones where you could change the colors. And so I swapped in these LED ones, and they had a remote. It wasn't anything fancy like you would hook up to an app on a phone. It was literally just a remote, and you could change the colors. And I made them all blue and pink, and I was like, whoa.
It looks great.
It's an arcade now.
Yes.
It looked really cool. And I
It
got
definitely
very excited
sets the
about
mood.
it. The downside to it is
It's very dark.
It's very dark, one. And two, I think for some people, I have heard this from some people, that the frequency in which the LEDs run on, it can cause them headaches. It's kind of a weird, like when you're around it for too long, you feel like it's not as nice. That's not going to be most people.
I mean, I don't mean to roll my eyes, but again, I can't put special lights in because 5 people a year
No.
don't. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess what I'm getting at is I'm not sure track lighting.
This might not be the best
It
light.
may not be the best lighting long term. That
You know
would
what
be,
is?
That would be an expensive and huge upgrade.
the
but-
Govy lighting. Get some Govy lighting.
Nah,
You can
Gobi's
control
not-
it.
I know, but it's not commercial grade, right? Like a lot of
Those
it's-
aren't commercial grade.
I know
You
they're
just
not.
switched out
and
bulbs.
that's why we're talking about replacing them. Like,
Well, because of that.
when you
but-
run a place
yeah.
like this, you start to realize like consumer versus commercial grade stuff.
Yeah.
And you can get by on consumer stuff if you only need it once in a while. But stuff that's going to be on every single day, you absolutely need to buy something that's built to do that, because it's.
I
like,
keep my Govi lights
when
on in my kitchen all the time.
Yeah.
I never turn them off, ever. Like, I never, ever turn them off. They're my under-counter lights.
And this is a big space. That's going to be an expensive upgrade too.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but
yeah.
you're hopefully only
So-
have to do it once. It is an expense. I think that would be
That would
something.
be
We've never even
that'd
talked
be-
about that.
Yeah, that'd be like a long-term upgrade.
That's
but
interesting.
I love it because it's a really good idea, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
More.
More punk shows. In fact, we've got one coming up this Friday. So,
We have a lot of punk shows. Those are the only ones we have. A place to sit down. We talked about that.
yeah, so this is one you and I had a chat offline about, but it would be good to talk about too. And if you can contain yourself.
I'm good.
Games working 100% is my thing. Especially.
Okay, break this one down.
Yeah.
Games working 100% is my thing. That's a legit thing, because when we go places and we're like, oh man, that pin doesn't work. I've gone to places hours away to play a certain pinball machine and it doesn't work, and I'm like, that sucks. You do a very good job.
It's, yeah.
People have
I was
said
going to
that.
say 100% might be a little unrealistic.
But people have said when I come here, they're reliable. And
Yeah.
man, this one might be down, but it'll be up next week. It'll be up.
Yeah.
Or-
so we're open 5 days a week. So I think the happy medium we found is that we have a tech come for the pinball and one for the arcade once a week.
Right. So he has or she, I don't know, but they have a legit thing. Games work 100% time. Yes, when you pay to get in, you would expect them to be working, and you do a good job of that. I'd say 95% of them.
especially if I mention something to an employee about it not working right, it's disappointing to report an issue and not seeing it fixed while I'm there, and it deters me from coming back. Yeah, I think that's a difference of scale. If you're used to that level of service from a place, I mean, I don't know who does that, but
I don't
if
like
there are-
District 82. Does District 82 have a tech on? Here's my thing.
I can remember that now, like, since you reported it, I don't know. I've seen places where techs are working during business hours. I believe our arcade tech actually works Wednesday evenings sometimes, and so he might actually be out while someone's there, and that might be exciting for people to see or whatever. But in general, like,
You can't fix
we're-
a monitor while you're here.
No,
You can't. I'm here often, and I have a key for the pinball machines.
depending on the issue.
I will not, unless it's a bunch of my pinball people around me, I will not open up a game to fix it, even if I know, like, hey, a ball's stuck. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I do not want to open a game up while the general public is here. First of all, it's not my game.
Our staff does.
But-
So, like, our staff knows how to unstick balls. There are some on our staff that know how to replace flipper rubbers and slingshot rubbers. We take the very basics on the pinball side and on the arcade side. You know, if
Yeah.
a button's not working, they'll try and make sure there's a wiring issue or something.
They'll clean the opto or whatever.
Yeah,
but
whatever they need to do
in an
there.
arcade, though, if the joystick's not working, I can't just swap it out.
Right.
I can't just,
Yeah.
let me, you know what I mean?
So yeah, I mean, what you would really need is you would need a full-time tech that was working 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday.
And all the
And-
parts.
Well, yeah.
You'd have to stock them all. You don't have anywhere to put all that stuff.
I mean, I have a lot of parts already, but I mean that's why they come each week and fix it. They use.
Do you have
lot
a
of my
joystick for
parts.
Robotron? Is that the name of that?
I mean,
Robotron?
joysticks don't break. The switch is inside.
The switch thing.
Yeah,
Do you have,
we have
could you do that?
switches, yeah.
So you could,
So, and that's what happens each week. But to go from there, I would guess. Let's break this.
that's
down.
how much I know about
Let's
arcade
break this
games.
down. What do you think a full-time arcade technician should make?
Oh, I have no
would
idea.
make?
I have no clue. I have no idea. I don't.
Let's say 50,000 a year, right? And just a wild-haired guess, which seems to me like
That's pretty
low.
high.
High? You
For an
think?
arcade tech? Yeah.
I don't know.
I would think that's high. But it is kind of skilled. Like it is a very, like, I have the knowledge, and if you don't hire me, you don't get it fixed. So it's
Sure.
like a plumber
Yeah.
or an electrician. So
Or
maybe.
Or maybe it's 40 or whatever. I don't know, but
Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. I would guess on average we spend on the labor, not even including parts, but the labor cost of the two technicians that we have hired, around $1,500 a month. So that's about $18,000 a year that we spend currently on maintaining these games, just labor costs, not the part costs. So it's a significant cost, but it is well under
a salaried
position. And I don't see us at our size being able to scale to a full-time technician. You're talking about probably a 4x investment just to have the experience of you report an issue and there's a good chance that someone's going to come over and fix it that day.
In half an hour.
And I just don't think, like, to your point, if most of the games are working and they're being maintained week to week, then that's probably good enough. I'm not sure that the value is there in it working
exactly
100% of the time.
You know what I call that?
If you're already at like maybe
the
95.
Juice isn't worth the squeeze, man.
Right. Yeah.
That's a lot of squeezing for a little bit of juice. And I understand the complaint, but they have to understand this side is the logistics of why that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
On this scale.
Right.
When you get a bigger spot and you need more games, you need more people,
True.
and you need to, when you take over the expo center or whatever the next spot is.
Let's see, more classic video games. He listed a couple: Kung Fu Master, Goth, Super Pac-Man. I think that's what getting at your idea of like rotating things in and out versus don't have the space to add more games currently.
Rotate them. Kids days.
Kids days like we used to have on Wednesdays. So we used to do kids get in free with an adult.
Yeah. Do that again during the school year.
It might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of people take us up on it.
So it's no harm.
It might not be any harm. We're always afraid of, I guess my fear is not so much, I'm going to lose a lot of money. I don't want to devalue the experience so much by having people go, well, if you go on Wednesdays and your kids are free, if you go on Thursdays, it's $10. If you go before noon Saturday and Sunday, it's $10. Rest of the time, it's $15. And it's like all this math and stuff.
They're trying to
You become like the J.C. Penney of the world, where it's like everything's going to be
sale?
When's the sale going to happen?
Yeah.
And no one's willing to pay full price because they know, like, your Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm going to get one of those coupons in the mail next week.
Right.
And then Bed Bath & Beyond went
I'm going to get a Hobbit Rabbit coupon.
Right. Now they're over there playing.
Just Google it and get a coupon.
Now they're over there playing pickleball at Bed Bath & Beyond, and so it's a Fredericksburg specific joke.
It was. Do you want to do a kids Halloween? Because we're going to have a big Halloween because it's on Friday. We're going to have an enormous one.
My kids really loved the Halloween event you guys did, I think 2 or 3 years ago. Other than that, keep being awesome doing events for nonprofits and working with them. I work with a few you guys have helped, and it's really exciting to have you guys help the community. So literally,
look at this person.
What you're talking about, there was like one of the last comments here. So yeah, I think we should.
Do one early and then have the adult one later.
Yeah,
because it's like it's a Friday.
It is a Friday.
And the kids are going to, how are you going to do it?
They're going to be at school though?
They're going to be at school and then they're going to go right to, you want to do it on Saturday?
We would probably do it the weekend before or something and do it
I'm not
going to
be here.
Well,
sorry.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, I do think
DJ.
I do
you
think
haven't
it
done
would
that
be a bad idea. So
there you go.
Yeah, other than that, that's all the Facebook ones. There weren't as many on Instagram. We have a smaller follower list on Instagram. And they don't talk as much, but
they don't talk as
more frequent karaoke, perhaps. We knew that was coming, right?
I'm surprised only one person said it.
But I think we have found that happy medium with that other type of event that we did, the Reclaim Voice. It was basically a karaoke night. So
it's a themed karaoke night.
I think we keep trying those. First one was good. Hopefully others would be too. This one's interesting, and I don't know. Need a Spanish/Latin night. I have no experience running something like that. I would feel very out of my element to try and pretend to know what that would look like. So I think that's a good example where if somebody proposes something, I would kind of, without being rude, I want to be like, would you run it? You know, like you need to have somebody.
Not in a dick way, not like, oh, well, would you run it?
Yeah, but literally, like,
okay,
it's like
well, would you help me with it?
You have a passion for this. Maybe we should try it.
I'll play as much Latin music as they want.
Right.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Maybe we just have like a, I don't know, like.
Don't say a themed DJ night for Spanish Latin music.
No, that's not what I meant.
Like we'll come full circle.
Like Cinco de Mayo.
Although this person did say more theme nights, such as Star Wars night, Harry Potter night, maybe even play the movies on the screen, or trivia. Trivia has been suggested to me in years past. You don't like those ideas?
Not the trivia idea.
Oh. Why don't you like trivia?
No.
Why?
No, we've talked about this with other people. Absolutely not. No.
When it was brought up to me,
People aren't going to pay to come in. They go to breweries and do it.
That is true. When it was first brought up to me, it was before we had the expansion.
We have to do it as a game
sit-down
show.
Tables. Game show would be interesting.
We have to do it as a game show,
Yeah.
and not the Gong Show, Dale. We have to do it as a game show, but also that's a lot of planning, man.
Yeah.
And if it bombs, then we got to start over and pick it again.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I love the other ideas.
Right.
Those are easy. Star Wars is easy. Harry Potter's easy. I think those are good ideas.
Yeah, I don't know about Harry Potter night.
What?
What does that look like?
Are you kidding?
I am kidding.
Plan one.
Star Wars night, we've had some success with the.
We haven't gotten those. The 501st. You can get those guys
not
back.
recently. Yeah. The last one we had was a little mixed success, but
Early on, they were really good.
yeah.
Really.
So-
I've never come in my Kylo outfit for that either.
Aaron says Bluetooth the pinball machines, which I think is a great idea, but it's not supported by just about every manufacturer other than Jersey Jack Pinball.
Oh, damn it. You stole my thunder.
Yeah. Stern doesn't support it. Obviously, the old games didn't support it.
Do they have headphone jacks, though? So if somebody brought wired headphones?
Yeah, but who has wired headphones? That's the issue.
Well,
They make headphone kits for games, and I could put those on all my games. That would be an expense to me to add them in. But I just think the world has moved on, and just about nobody has a corded headset. And they're certainly not going to have it with them and be at the arcade.
I remember when I had
to come and
well,
bring
you
it,
do
so-
earbuds like it's their earbuds that are corded. Like I just got a 5-pack on Amazon for $9 because my kids needed them.
Yeah.
So if Aaron's just talking about so that I can hear the pinball machine.
If you're a regular and know about that, then yeah, that would work. In fact, I think I'm looking at it right now. Guardians of the Galaxy has a headphone jack on it.
Do they? Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stranger Things has a headphone jack on it.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. I remember JJP.
And you didn't know.
I didn't. I don't ever care about that. But I did on my
that's-
GNR, and I put my Bluetooth on and cranked that shit
And
at
I think
11
that's
o'clock
the
at
thing.
night.
Like, I mean, even if I added it, I could get the word out, and people would be like, "Why not Bluetooth?" And I'd be like, "Because it's
not supported."
Yeah, I'd love for Stern to take that on and add that as an option, and maybe they will.
You hear that, Gary?
You know,
Do it.
there's actually more than one platform that supports it. It's not just JJP. You know the other one? P3 Pinball.
Shut up.
Come on. It's true. I think they supported it before JJP.
I think
They're like the,
Princess Bride was a pretty good game.
yeah, it is.
I thought Princess Bride was
So,
okay.
yeah,
I
I
liked
would-
the flipper game that I played, whatever it was like, backwards or whatever. And then the new one, Portal. I think that's a lot deeper than most of their games. It's pretty good.
So
Whatever.
yeah, Bluetooth games, more fighting games. I love fighting games. I agree. I think my hesitation with more fighting games is because
They're huge.
well, they are, but they're very popular. This is very self-serving, but it's just, if this place is my vision, I didn't play a lot of fighting games, and so I don't know what the good ones are, and I don't know anything about them. So he was talking about Soul Calibur the other day.
Oh, yeah. Soul Calibur. Oh, my gosh.
Is that a fighting game?
I know fighting games.
Yeah, okay.
Tekken.
I've heard
You get
before.
like, Tekken
Yeah.
5. Woo! Get the DC, the Marvel versus DC one. It's over.
Yeah.
Oh
See,
my gosh. You could put a line of them over there and they would never stop being played. All day.
I think if I was going to get them, maybe you hold them back and you use them for tournaments on Saturday nights. What if I rolled out a Marvel versus Capcom, put it in up in there and
Arcade
said,
tournament?
Arcade tournament.
Oh.
Fighting game tournament.
That's
of
a
a game
dope
that's not
idea.
in this space that you only get to play that night in a tournament. That could be kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
I'd have
know
to-
how many
I'd have
people-
to find the games, but I think. That
I
could be
mean,
a
we know
winner.
people.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a really good idea.
yeah.
Put a Capcom over there, or put a.
So thank you.
You
Garth.
could get with like Street Fighter, but
Thank
then
you,
get a Tekken,
Garth Bed. I appreciate the comment.
and you know what would happen?
What's that?
When you're done with the Tekken, somebody would trade it out
Yeah.
for whatever game they get, and we just keep rotating
right.
for the tournament, for the monthly tournament.
I think that would work.
And so you could do that on a Saturday night, and then an opposite Saturday night you could have a console tournament.
What I want to figure out, and maybe this will be in a future episode, I'll be telling you about how I figured it all out, right? I've actually seen ways that it's been done. I just haven't been very successful with it yet. But I want to figure out how to get that direct video feed from the game so that the game can be played. And you've got basically an HDMI out, because these old games do not use HDMI, don't use anything like that.
It'd be really hard to put that anywhere. And put the TV above it so everybody can see it.
Totally.
Yeah, you've talked about that.
Yeah, so I think, I think we'll work more on that. But overall, a great list of comments. They still roll in, a couple of them a day, so we'll see if any more come up. But if you watched through the end of this episode, I know we've already asked the podcast folks like what you would like to see differently, or what you want us to talk about. But any other ideas, you throw them in the comments here and let us know what you think, or maybe tell me I'm completely wrong about something that I said today, or that
more skee ball,
or that Collins was 100% right.
That never happens.
Both are unlikely things to be said. But anyway,
true.
I think we'll wrap this one up. If you want to hit us up by email, it's opencoindoor@gmail.com. You can leave our feedback there, or just hit us up in the comments on YouTube and Spotify, whatever the case may be. Thank you all for watching and hanging out with us, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Later.
See ya.